Hey everyone, welcome to my Pokemon Rejuvenation walkthrough and playthrough. And yeah, I did actually just say playthrough. I was working on the Pokemon Reborn walkthrough. A lot of people were asking me to not cut out story events or to not even skip through story text. It was kind of surprising, and I didn't want to change it in the Pokemon Reborn walkthrough just because it would feel really weird making such a major change halfway in. But things are going to be a little bit different for Rejuvenation here. And if you're just here to see Pokemon events, item locations, or puzzle solutions, there's still going to be timestamps in the description, so you won't actually have to watch me go through the story if you don't want to. And nothing else is going to change. I'll still be doing a lot of the regular trainer battles off-screen, and other things just like that. Also, something to note is that I played through a good portion of Rejuvenation already. However, I'm not actually at the end game of version 12 yet. I'll probably reach that in my own spare time before we even get close to reaching it in this series, so we don't really have to worry about that. It's just more so that I don't have an optimal path for this game yet. So you may see me changing party members a lot more than what you did in Pokemon Reborn, where you actually just saw me run through the series with like half a PC box of Pokemon. And that's pretty much everything that I have to say about this. I'm really hyped for this, so let's get started. And yeah, we're actually going to be going through the prologue this time. Can you tell me the story about the Zorua and the Pangoro again, Mommy? Alright, I will. There was once a lonely Zorua living deep in the darkest forest. He was a mischievous one, transforming into other Pokemon and beings that lived around. He would often use this ability to trick others into handing over food or using their homes to sleep in. Because of this, he didn't have many friends. I'm sure you can piece together why. But one day, this changed when Zorua met a powerful Pokemon called Pangoro. They were fighting over a rare and coveted golden apple. Many hours later, their fight came to an end and no victor was revealed. They knew they were evenly matched. One could not take out the other. With both staring at each other intensely, they knew that they were destined for friendship. The two became quick companions. They were two peas in a pod, if you will. They traveled the world together, overcame hardships, went on thrilling adventures. Life was good for the two of them, until one day, Zorua went too far. Zorua planned a devious prank on Pangoro. I shall transform into Pangoro's fallen mother. That would surely give him a spook, Zorua said. It'll be my best prank yet, Zorua said. So while Pangoro left to find food, Zorua put his malicious plan into action. When Pangoro returned home, he was greeted with the sight of his dead mother. Paralyzed with a mixture of extreme emotions, Pangoro dropped his collection of food onto the ground. And that collection of food was a golden apple. Yes, that's right. A golden apple. When Zorua saw this, he transformed back into his normal state, looked down at the food and said, "Hey, where did you find this golden apple? Looks fresh and incredibly delicious." Zorua raised his head to see a face filled with fury, sadness, most importantly, disappointment. Zorua quickly realized that he hurt Pangoro very deeply and tried to apologize. But Pangoro wouldn't hear any of it and immediately ran into the forest. Shaken and worried, Zorua ran after him, but Pangoro was nowhere to be found. Zorua realized that he repelled his only friend with his selfishness. and 𝗁𝗁 became lonely once more. Sleep tight, Maria. Morning already? Better get up. Can you tell me the story about the 𝗁𝗁 and the 𝗵𝗁𝗀 again, Mommy? Alright, I will. There was once a lonely 𝗁𝗁 living deep in the darkest forest. He was a mischievous one, transforming into other Pokemon and beings that lived around. He would often use this ability to trick others into handing over food, or using their homes to sleep in. Because of this, he didn't have many friends. I'm sure you can piece together why. But one day, this changed when 𝗁𝗁 met a powerful Pokemon called 𝗵𝗁𝗀. They were fighting over a rare and coveted golden apple. Many hours later, their fight came to an end and no victor was revealed. They knew they were evenly matched. One could not take out the other. With both staring at each other intensely, they knew that they were destined for friendship. The two became quick companions. They were two peas in a pod, if you will. They traveled the world together, overcame hardships, went on thrilling adventures. Life was good for the two of them, until one day, 𝗁𝗁 went too far. 𝗁𝗁 planned a devious prank on 𝗵𝗁𝗀. I shall transform into 𝗵𝗁𝗀's fallen mother. That would surely give him a spook, 𝗁𝗁 said. It'll be my best prank yet, 𝗁𝗁 said. So while 𝗵𝗁𝗀 left to find food, 𝗁𝗁 put his malicious plan into action. When 𝗵𝗁𝗀 returned home, he was greeted with the sight of his dead mother. Paralyzed with a mixture of extreme emotions, 𝗵𝗁𝗀 dropped his collection of food onto the ground. And that collection of food was a golden apple. Yes, that's right. A golden apple. When 𝗁𝗁 saw this, he transformed back into his normal state, looked down at the food and said, "Hey, where did you find this golden apple? Looks fresh and incredibly delicious." 𝗁𝗁 raised his head to see a face filled with fury, sadness, most importantly, disappointment. 𝗁𝗁 quickly realized that he hurt 𝗵𝗁𝗀 very deeply and tried to apologize. But 𝗵𝗁𝗀 wouldn't hear any of it and immediately ran into the forest. Shaken and worried, 𝗁𝗁 ran after him, but 𝗵𝗁𝗀 was nowhere to be found. 𝗁𝗁 realized that he repelled his only friend with his selfishness, and 𝗁𝗁 became lonely once more. Sleep tight, Maria. Morning already? Better get up. I'm gonna be honest, the opening cutscene to this game is absolutely adorable. It's just very, very precious. Mommy, I'm up. I'm up. Good morning. Let's try that again. Good morning, Maria. Did you sleep well? I'm preparing breakfast right now. Do you mind fetching your father? He's working in his study. Don't take too long. I don't want his food to get cold. You can count on me, Mommy. Oh, thankfully I never have to say that again. But we can go over here and we can go on a little bit of an adventure if you want. You're given the choice not to go down there. But maybe it wouldn't hurt just to take a quick peek. It doesn't really affect anything that I know of yet. And over here is the father. Maria, how are you doing? Mom said breakfast is ready, so get your butt out of this room and have good food. I do love your mother's cooking. Alright, I'll be out in a few moments. Go tell your mother that, you hear? You can also click on this painting right here and actually examine it. This is a picture of me and my family. I love this so much. I remember when we did this. It's such a neat little detail. I think you can pretty much look at anything inside of here, and there's an examine for just about everything. So after that, we can go ahead and talk to the mother. Dad said it'll be right out. Did he now? Well, there's no use in rushing him, I guess. You should go upstairs and freshen up. I'll have your breakfast ready by then. Okay, and then afterwards we get to go outside and play. And then we get to play outside afterwards, right? Of course. Now go on, Maria. I'll be waiting for you down here. I'm going right now. What was that? Mom? Mommy? Mommy? Mom? Who are you? How many times? What? How many times are you going to make this little girl suffer? How many times are you willing to put her through this chaos? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not talking to you. Oh. Well, do you know where my parents are? Downstairs. Oh. Okay, well, I'm going to go to them now. Maria. Yes? No matter what happens, don't you dare lose hope. Don't lose who you are, and don't you dare forget what's about to happen. You understand? Yes, I understand. Good. Go to them now. They're waiting. Okay. And finally, we can see what's down here. You actually could have gone down here earlier. The decision that you made at the stairs, you could have actually chosen to go down here. It wouldn't have stopped you. Which is what I like about this game, is the decisions you make are actual decisions. Like, you actually have the opportunity to choose to come down here if you want to. Mommy! What are you doing to Mommy? Mommy, wake up. Mommy, wake up. Mommy, wake up. Daddy, get out of the way. Get out. Why won't you say anything to me? Why? Marionette, your father wishes to see you now. What are you talking about? Marionette, your father wishes to see you now. What are you doing? Marionette. 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 What? Now for the 5th time, Marionette. Your father is waiting for you in the East Wing. You're making him wait longer than he has time for. So get to it. What? What am I doing here again? Marionette. won't say it again. Just hurry along then. My name's not Marionette. It's Maria. Also like how you have the dolls over here, kind of referencing the fairy tale that you heard in the beginning. And you can talk to pretty much anyone over here. There's just so many small details. But I'm going to go ahead and just hurry along. Where's my mom? Mommy is sleeping with her lord now, Marionette. Stop calling me Marionette. It's Maria. What is with this disrespect? Your name is no longer Maria. Now, as I was initially planning to do... No need for explanation, sir. Demonstration may be the key to this girl's mind. Very well. I'm not going to try to say that. She's gone now, Marionette. She is with the Lord now. She won't need to suffer the calamity that soon befalls the earth. Marionette, it's your turn now. No, you can't make me do it. Maids, bring Marionette to the altar. You said the same to my mommy. She's gone because of you. Enough, Marionette. But with dignity. I don't want this. Just let me go. I hate you. I hate you. Someone please don't let him do this to me. Someone please help me. Anyone. Mommy. Please. And then from here, it allows us to select a difficulty mode. I'm just going to go with the normal mode, which is Reborn style. I think that's fair. And from here, we can begin the registration process. Excuse me. Can you hear me through this thing? Ah, that's better. Hello, it's nice to meet you. My name is Amanda. I'm what you would call a scout. For what? The Avian League, of course. It's my job to guide newcomers like you into the world of Pokemon. Before we continue, do you have need any extra assistance? And no info needed at all? Fantastic. Now we should talk about the expectations and requirements of the league. There are 18 gym leaders for you to defeat alongside the Elite 8. You heard that right? 8. Pokemon here act a little differently from other regions. They won't obey you if they don't deem you worthy. You can check your status as a trainer by taking a look at your trainer card. Everything's listed there for you. Right, speaking of which, we should probably set that up now. What do you identify as? I'm going to pick the boy this time. Okay, so I have a few profiles on hand. I'm going through them. You can also take a personality test if you want, and that will basically pick a profile or avatar for you based on your scores on it. I prefer just to look through them here. They have such an awesome select screen right here. I'm just going to go ahead and pick the first one. Great. Looking sharp. Could you tell me your name? I think just for this run, I'm going to go ahead and actually name this Icy, just after the channel. So your name is Icy, and yes it is. Alright, everything seems settled. Do you have anything else you need to get done? And right here is actually sort of a password select screen. There's currently 3 passwords that you can actually use for this. I believe the first password to skip the next section is 4567. There are two other passwords. One will actually let you play as sort of a legacy protagonist sprite. The password for that is 1111. And finally, there is a password that lets you play the game as a side quest character that you'll find later in this game, and that is 9494. And I don't know if I said it yet or not. I'm forgetting things already. But again, the password to skip the next section is 4567. We're not going to be using that. I'll see you once you get to East Gearen City then. We'll be waiting for you at the East Gearen Laboratory. Don't forget, safe travels, 𝗚𝗍. And again, we won't be using any of that. Are you done with your registration? Please come here so that I can print out your trainer card. Okay, this will just take a quick second. Just please be patient. Now to enter all of your credentials. And it looks like we're all ready. This trainer card isn't verified yet. You'll need to verify it at Gearen Immigration. But like I said, we're not going to be skipping this part. I don't know if you really should skip this part. There is actually something interesting, well, a couple of interesting things that you can do here. Oh boy. I wonder if 𝗚𝗍 is finished with their registration yet. And yes, we are. Ah, there you are. Did everything go smoothly? Since you're done with registration, do you mind taking a quick stroll with me? You see those doors? When the ship is close to docking at Gearen City, a feast will be held behind them. We still have quite some time before we get to that point. So why don't you go visit my friend 𝗚𝗚? He's actually the captain of this ship. Used to be a very powerful trainer back in his day, but he's retired now. I'm sure you can find out some neat details about the Avium region by talking to him. I know it's been difficult ever since we left, but we mustn't become depressed. So have fun, okay? Explore and meet new people. I have some stuff I need to take care of. I'll meet you down here once I'm finished. I'll see you soon. Don't take too long. So you heard her right. We can't actually come inside here until we talk to the captain. But there's actually some other things that we can go ahead and do here. So the first thing we can do is we can actually move down here, down this way. I believe it's inside here. There's actually a wall that we can talk to. And this is mainly just story-wise that you'll get a little bit of extra information. Sort of a small extra cutscene. If we talk to this wall, you can hear some people speaking next door. Want to listen in? Of course we do. Crescent? It's me. Yes, come in. So you do understand the position you're in, correct? Yes, I believe so, but if I'm honest, I'm not sure if I'm ready. I know what you said about me before, but I genuinely feel fear. Stop talking nonsense. I don't want to hear about your fox emotions. All I'm interested in hearing is you telling me that you're ready to take this role. Sorry, it's my fault really. I just didn't make your position clear enough from the beginning. Either you're ready to fulfill your duty, or you're no longer any use to me. You don't get the option to tell me if you're ready or not. Yes, Crescent, I understand. I think all I need is a little bit of time. Time is all you have left. All I want to see is 𝗚𝗍's smile. That's all. Once we dock in East Gearen City, we're going to go to West Gearen City and live normal lives. If I get even a small inkling betrayal from you, I won't hesitate to. You don't have to worry about that. I have no plans to do such a thing. Good. I'm glad to hear it. Now that we're clear on what to do, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. Banquet is going to start soon, and I need to get ready. I'll be on my way then. And from there, you can't really do anything more here. So next up, I think we should go ahead and go up to the next floor. You can look around if you really want to. If we come outside here, we'll actually see a cutscene by talking to the sailor. It's just a small cutscene, and it basically introduces you to the concept that this is a healing machine. This sailor over here thinks he's fixing some sort of milkshake machine. And of course, he's very ashamed. But something that we can actually do over here and get something meaningful and significant is by talking to this lady over here. If you talk to her, she'll mention that she bought a gift for her daughter and that the machine actually gave her 2 on accident. And you get a free rare candy from this. I don't know if you actually get that rare candy if you skip the opening here. And from here we can finally go up to the top and talk to the captain. My name is Augustus Briney. I'm the captain of the SS Oceania. Are you enjoying your voyage to the Avium region? There's a lot to do in Avium, but I don't think you'll ever get bored. I heard from your mother that you registered as an official Pokemon trainer. You know what that means for you? Well, even if you do, I suppose I'll lay it all out for you anyway. Because of the size of Avium, there are more than your ordinary amount of gym leaders. There are a total of 18 gym leaders, and instead of an Elite 4, we have an Elite 8. Pokemon also act slightly different in this region. They will only be obedient towards you if you impress them with your skill potential. How would you manage to do this, you may ask? You can show off your skill by obtaining lots of gym badges. More likely, Pokemon will be inclined to aid you in your journey. You can see on your badge what you need. You can see what badge you need for certain levels on your trainer card. The requirements are etched on, so you can always refer to that. Now that was such a long and boring lesson, wasn't it? Yes, it actually was, considering we already went through this with Amanda. How about we head on downstairs and start this banquet? I'm sure all the guests on the ship are just dying of anticipation to see what we have in store. But yeah, the captain basically just recaps what Amanda told you already. So from there, there's nothing else to do but go ahead and head on in here. So eager to eat, willing to leave your poor mother behind? Don't worry, I'm only teasing you. Let's get seated, shall we? Our table is just ahead. The banquet won't start for a few more moments. Feel free to wander around until you're ready. I'll be waiting here for you. Since there's pretty much nothing else for us to do here, I'm going to go ahead and get this banquet started. Captain here is going to come down and give us all a speech. It is my pleasure to host this lovely banquet on this magnificent day. This marks the end of our week-long journey together. Hope that this trip will stay with you in your memory forever, and perhaps one day we shall see each other again. And with all said and done, I'd like the banquet to commence. Sorry, I'm going to have to postpone this little party. Who are you three? What is the meaning of this? We're going to need all of you to stay put and listen very carefully. If explosives on board this ship, any act of rebellion will result in a calamity none of you can afford. Let's just get through this nice and easy, okay? You're hijacking the ship? Hijacking? No, that's too barbaric. We're here to pick up someone. Get Icy out of here now. Don't make any funny movements. No one's leaving this room, you hear? I said don't move. Get them out of here this instant. Got the tone. You know what to do. You're all going to regret this. And that's how we wake up in the captain's room, still on the ship and still in danger. Absolutely lovely. So from here we can move down here and talk to the piano lady over here. Hey, aren't you that kid that disappeared out of thin air? What happened to you? Anyway, that's not important at the moment. What's important is getting off this ship. Right after you disappeared, some guy detonated an explosive on the hull of the SS Oceania. Water's gushing in at an alarming rate. We don't find a way out soon. That coupled with these weird tentacle things seem harmless, but they seem to be watching our every move. It's almost as if they're trying to observe us or look for something. We should go on ahead. I'll stay here and see if anyone needs help. So there's really not much that we can do down here. Instead, if we come down here and head back inside the banquet room, we'll find the captain is kind of okay. I see. I'm glad to see you're doing okay. Seems like this perfect day has taken quite the turn, hasn't it? Who would do such a thing? What's that? Your mother? I actually don't know where she is. The bomb exploded and knocked me out cold. When I came around, everyone in the room was gone. Water is gushing through the belly of the ship as we speak. Long until the SS Oceania rest at the bottom of the sea forever. I think I'm going to stay here in my own misery for a bit. There are some people at the exit of the boat looking for a way to stop the water level from rising. I should speak with them. He could have seen your mother. And like a true captain of the ship, he most likely plans to go down with his ship. So like that, we'll go ahead and check on the people down here. There's nothing we can do. Not strong enough to stop the water from entering. Pokemon can't do it as well. We should just try to find some life rafts and escape. Hey, wait. See that dark figure in the water? Yeah, it's very faint. I think I can see it as well. They kidnapped 2 people! We should head down to the cargo hold to hide. That's a great idea. You, kid. Need to tell that person blocking the staircase to move. We need to get down there and hide as soon as possible. Hurry! Of course, leave it to the kid who probably has no authority to tell someone who's blocking an entrance to move. Something started to attack the guest, and now we want to hide in the cargo hold. Not too sure how keen I am on this idea. But if the water starts to enter from above, what do we do then? We'll be trapped, and then... well, you know the rest, don't you? Meanwhile, the old lady is getting kidnapped, and so is this guy. So I guess we have no choice but to come down here and hide. It's no use, the water can't be controlled. There's just way too much damage. What's wrong, Sylveon? 𝗚𝗚cie, is that really you? What are you doing here? Thought you were somewhere safe. Well, all that matters is that we're together again, right? The ship won't last very long, 𝗚𝗚cie. I'm going to have to abandon it. I have a Pokemon we can use to surf to shore, but as for the other people... What makes you think that you're safe from our onslaught? We came here for one purpose, and one purpose only. We're not leaving until we fulfill that purpose. Are you the ones behind this attack? Perhaps that's a possibility. That's not something I'm comfortable sharing. The only thing that truly matters right now is your apprehension. My apprehension? That's correct. Did you think Icy was our target? Maybe that's what they made you think. That couldn't be further from the truth. If all you wanted was me, then why go so far as to destroy the SS Oceana? Endangered all these innocent people who have no idea what's going on. Witnesses can be such a bother. It's better if we just wipe them all out. If someone happened to get out, it would spread awareness. Assuming anyone got out, which they won't. Wouldn't be too bad considering most people think we're passive anyway. Time people woke up from this dream of safety they have going. It's going down like this, huh? Icy, I want you to take all my Pokemon and help you escape. I'll be okay as long as I know you're safe and sound. That's all that matters to me. Sorry, can't do it. That's not going to happen. Don't think you're safe. I'm going to deal with you next, Icy. What was that? What? Indeed, we better appreciate that piano lady up there. Pushing a piano off the side wasn't as easy as I thought it would be. Sounds of a piano crashing on the floor. The song was dedicated to you. Because it looks like her time is up too. And from here, we're just kind of stuck in cutscene mode. And where do you think you're going? Do you think you were done with me? A good little child can come with us. There's no point in fighting back. That will just make things worse for you in the long run. What? Whatever. Deal with them later. Now what do we do? SS Oceana is done for. If we stay any longer, we'll be dragged into the ocean. Cut our losses and get out of here now. Aye. And from here, it also gives you the option to save your game. Talonflame, did you find anything? Oh dear. Are you okay? You're on the SS Oceana, weren't you? I see. So that's what happened. Saw most of what happened go down. Tried my best to get there as fast as I could. Fortunately, my trusty Talonflame is fast. He got there just in time to rescue you. No, I haven't even introduced myself. My name is Tesla. Unfortunately, the ship has sunk to the bottom of the ocean. Wouldn't worry too much, though. I'm sure your mother will be fine in the long run. Team Zen aren't exactly the most competent group out there. Oh, is this the first time you've heard of Team Zen? They're a criminal organization that no one really knows about. They're usually all bark and no bite, so this is pretty shocking to me. Wonder if whatever they are planning has finally gone into action. Anyway, you're all alone now, aren't you? If you don't mind me asking, what do you plan to do now? And I think the only logical thing we can do is go to Gearen Laboratory. That's a wonderful idea. You may be able to get your own Pokemon from there. You'll need one if you're going to be traveling around Avium. I think I'm going to head to the wreck site, see if I can find any more survivors. I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. Things will work out eventually if you're patient. Before I leave you, what's your name? Alright. We'll see each other soon. Clear the way, please. And he's going to take off, just like that. So from here, there's, again, not much we can do yet. You can kind of explore this area, and you'll notice that there's a lot for us to do later on if we come back, but nothing we can do now. So from here, if we walk all the way up to this desk over here, and talk to this lovely lady. Welcome to Avion Immigration. Do you have your passport? No passport? Oh, this simply won't do. You at least have a trainer card? This can double as passports. Ah, yes you do. Please come with me for a second. Right this way. Would you please verify and renew this young trainer's trainer card? You know what will happen if it's not verified. I sure do. This will only take a second. There. All verified and ready to go. 𝗜𝘁 is now verified citizen of Avium as of this moment. And we can have our trainer card back. All verified. You can now roam Avium without any restrictions. Good luck out there. And of course, the gate will be wide. There's really not much else we can do in this area except go straight. If you try to go to the right or the left, you will realize that there are trainers blocking your path and they will stop you because you can't battle them. And of course, there is Amanda at last. What took you so long to get here? I thought you ditched me. Well, now that you're here, we can get started. And she will run off on her own. Something important to note is this guy right over here. He will ask if you ever wanted to make things less cinematic in your life. Basically, when you have the bars, like right now, at the top and bottom of your screen, that is the cinematic cutscene, sort of. So you can tell him yes, and those bars will stop appearing in your cutscenes at moments. I believe they also appear when trainers challenge you. It's weird. If you play this game quite often, you should probably remember that, but I sort of can't think of it right now. So over here is Amanda. Yepers, the new trainer is finally here. Right this way. Amanda. Uh-oh. Where have you been? I've tried getting in touch with you for weeks now. Why haven't you gotten back to me? Also, that hat is new. Did you buy it during your trip to Grand Dream City? Oh, you know, I've been busy and stuff. Yes, I bought this hat at GDC. Stylish, isn't it? While you've been busy shopping, I've gone ahead and finished our project. I need you to deliver it to Zumi for me. She's presently studying at Magnolia Library. Oh, you know I would, but I'm sort of busy with 𝗜𝘁. Another new trainer. I see. Yep. Hey, Jan, meet 𝗜𝘁. Something interesting is that this is actually one of the devs for this game. Nice to meet you, 𝗜𝘁. I'm Amanda's brother. Yep, my bro here co-manages the league with me. If by co-manage you mean Jan does all the work while Amanda plays outside, then yeah, I do co-manage. You know I'm better with more hands-on stuff. Plus you're better with paperwork. I mean, honestly, is it such a good idea to pin me with all the legal documentation the league requires? I suppose you're right. If I left you with all that stuff, you'd make sure everything burned down to the ground. Anyway, since you're not willing to deliver this for me, I will myself. Okay, you do that. See you two later. Right, back to business. I'll meet you inside the actual lab, okay? And yeah, it's never that simple. Ow. Sorry about that. I'm in a rush. Please excuse me. But actually, it is that simple. This way. And above all else, make sure she's there for the pickup. I assure you that but things have already been set into motion. Professor Jenner brought this new trainer as requested. A hymn. Oh, Amanda, I didn't think you'd get here so soon. So soon? Technically late, Professor. In any case, welcome to my laboratory, 𝗚𝗍. The lead scientist here at Gearen Lab. I was hired by Jan and Zumi. Professor always put the trainers through this lengthy introduction. I suppose you're right. In that case, please take 𝗚𝗍 and help them choose right away. Oh man, this is the best part. Let's go. Okay, we have a lot for you to choose from, but I won't explain too much. I think there is a better experience if you take a look for yourself. Oh, and don't worry, we have you being indecisive in mind. If you cannot decide on a Pokemon to choose, you may leave your fate up to the RNG gods and use the random machine. As implied, it drops the Pokemon you can choose here at random. Good luck! I love this part. This is so amazing. You can actually go into these little pins and talk to all the Pokemon. This is the random machine over here that will pick your starter for you if you really don't want to pick it yourself. I already have a starter in mind. It's going to be another fire type. So for the Reborn playthrough, I picked the Chimchar line. I think for these games, Chimchar or even 𝗏𝗏𝗏 is just way good. They both have their own advantages and disadvantages, but for the most part, it's about them being fast and strong. I think they're pretty equal. The 𝗏𝗏𝗏 line is a lot stronger and with speed boost a lot faster. It's basically a sweeper. And the Chimchar line is pretty fast, has good special attacking stats and attacking stats, so again, it could function as a sort of sweeper, but it also comes with a lot of utility moves and a pretty wide move pool as well. Other notable Pokemon, I'd usually have to say 𝗏𝗏𝗏 from over here in the water type section. Actually, a lot of the water types are pretty good. You know, Popplio's pretty good, Oshawott just keeps getting in my way, but Mudkip is pretty good, those Totodile. And over here from the grass type section, the only grass type I really like, and when I say really like, is actually Snivy. Snivy is probably my favorite starter Pokemon of all time. But unfortunately, Snivy is kind of late game. Snivy just becomes this bulky grass type monster that spams Leaf Storm, and because of its hidden ability Contrary, it will constantly get +2 in its special attack instead of -2. And something else to note about these starters is that they all come with their hidden ability. Or actually, as I should have said it, they come with the potential to have their hidden ability. So you really do want to save at this point before you pick your starter. Just make sure you get their hidden ability if you do want it. There is a pretty good chance of getting the hidden ability, but you may have to reset. You'll probably notice that I've actually reset already because the music is gone. If you reset in here, the music actually disappears until the next cutscene. So right here is the 𝗏𝗏𝗏. I'm going to go ahead and grab mine. And of course you can nickname it if you so desire. So I've gone ahead and I actually had to soft reset for that one. I did end up getting a 𝗏𝗏𝗏 that had Blaze, but I do have one that has speed boost now. You might want to save before talking to Amanda right here again. She's going to challenge you to your first ever battle, and you can actually lose it. Hell yeah, that's a nice choice. At least it looks like a nice choice. Let's see if it's actually is one. And of course by that I mean a battle. Don't worry, I'll use my actual Pokemon for this. I believe it's always a Litten, and depending on the stats that this Litten rolls, it can actually knock you out. I think there's a good chance that it won't knock you out though. It's really nice to actually win this battle even though it's not necessary. Because if you do win this battle, that's some really easy and free experience. And it also means that you're going to win the next battle as well, without any issues. See, that gets us to almost level 7 right there. I don't know if I want to say that. 𝗜𝗺𝗽𝗁 is blown away by your potential. A long way to go. I know for a fact that you'll get there. Anyways, that was a good battle through and through. Here's a little something from me to get you started. Pokeballs, and also these will come in handy as well. Running shoes. And a word from our sponsor, which is basically the instructions for the running shoes. Ahem, that's all for me now. But Professor Jinner should get you all situated. Before I go, heal up your Pokemon. See you later, and good luck on your journey. So the shutters will reactivate, just to make sure that we don't run off with another starter Pokemon. Congratulations, your journey is just beginning. But that aside, I have something personal to ask you. It has to do with... Of course he gets interrupted. Professor Jinner, I'm back from my trip to Amethyst Cave. Here are the Pokemon you lended me. Ah, Rin. Got back quickly. Yep, I got research on all the Pokemon you requested too. I told you that hiring me as your assistant was a good idea. Get the job done. Oh, who's this? New recruit. Not a new recruit, but a new trainer. Alright then, if that's the case, let's see how you do in battle. Of course. Again, this battle isn't really too difficult. I don't think the Froakie even has Water Gun. So if you do pick one of the water starters, then you don't have to worry about this battle. And if you won the first battle, then this is pretty much a guaranteed win right here, and this will guarantee that you reach level 7. Which, again, is pretty helpful. Or actually even level 8. Wow. Really think I'd lose. Pretty good at this. But that was actually my first battle with a Pokemon I actually own. Professor Jinner usually lends me his Pokemon so I can take on more dangerous things. Speaking of which, I have another task for you when you're ready. Oh. Do you mind if I take on that task a little later? I promised some friends I'd meet up with them after I came back. Done a great job so far. I suppose you can have the rest of the day off. Thank you, sir. See you tomorrow. Later. See each other soon, I'm sure. About that personal favor, I have a daughter named Melia. I sent her to Route 1 in Goldenwood Forest a little while ago. I have faith that she'll be able to take care of herself, but I'd feel better if there was someone to look after her. Of course, I won't let you do this without reward. Please take these as payment in advance. Pokédex and the Cybernav. You know, I thought he was just supposed to give this to us as part of being a new trainer, but apparently it's a bribe. Cybernav is a device similar to the Pokegear. You may check the town map and listen to music while traveling. Here there are many other apps available for it as well, so be on the lookout for that. You may be on your way now. Good luck! And that's pretty much all for the lab. Jan over here is going to take us to his side for another tutorial. Welcome, this is where we keep all the good stuff. There are numerous amount of gadgets laid across the region that will aid you when you find them. Exhibit A. This is what we like to call a PC star. These machines act as a remote PC storage system. If you come across these things, you'll be able to access your storage. Pretty simple. Now for Exhibit B. This one is really important. This is the gym guide panel. When you enter a gym, you'll see one of these panels. They're usually by the entrance. When activated, a very special person will appear and give you advice on the gym leader you're about to face. Once you defeat the current gym leader, the panel will no longer operate for you. Not like you need advice for a gym leader you've defeated anyway. And finally, Exhibit Z. This is what we like to call a healing star. I'm pretty sure this one is self-explanatory, but I'll mention its use regardless. There are two types of healing stars. Red healing stars are a one-time use. They'll deactivate themselves and won't reactivate until you white out. Gold healing stars can be used indefinitely. Additionally, upon whiting out, you'll come back to this station. Really handy stuff if you ask me. Well, that's all I wanted to show you. Feel free to try out any of these things before leaving. A lot of work to do, so I must go. Good luck on your journey. And good luck to us indeed. So after we exit, you'll actually notice that we can't go back inside of that room. We're basically blocked out. There's some other things over here that we can't use yet, and of course we have the PC over here. And of course we have Nurse Joy over here. Also, what you just noticed is an achievement, which was in the upper left-hand corner. There is a little spot right here for it. I'll talk about those a little bit later. So from here, the only way we can go is straight out of here, and we can go either left or right. And there's a lot of trainers to battle either way you go. I also want to make mention of the mods that I'm going to be using in this playthrough. So the mods are pretty easy. I'll have a link in the description for pretty much every mod that exists for Rejuvenation. And I'll also flash the mods that I'm using on the screen really quickly right here. And they're not as expansive as they would be for Reborn, and there's reasons for that. We'll expand on the reasons for that a little bit later. But something I want to state is that the weather does change here, and if you want to have an easier time with the weather, especially if you pick the fire starter, then what you would do is enter and leave a building or even a section of town, and eventually the weather will change if you do that enough. So now it's raining, which is something you really don't want, especially unless you picked a water starter, then you're probably okay with that. But if you picked one of the fire starters, then you might want to change the weather really quick for battling trainers. I'm going to go ahead and battle all the trainers, and this is actually going to be it for this part. I just looked at the recording time and I realized that it's been something like 15 minutes. I never realized that the story actually took up that much time. So this is kind of the introductory part, and I hope you all like it. Hopefully me reading the story isn't that terrible, but I'll leave that for you to decide. So thanks for watching, and on the next part we'll actually start exploring the area. Thanks, and see you all next time.